Get ready now. Going green.
Okay, Martinsville, round 10 of the championship, and we come to this race with a bit of news. That being, we have a mid-season driver transfer, and what happened is that Alistair Jr. has been dropped by NR2003 Racing, and they picked up Terry Labonte to replace him. And to replace Labonte at Celebrity Motorsports, they picked Makoto Luckett, the driver, now former driver at Ganassi at the Stock GT Series. Sorry, Jenny. And the driver who the one who drove for them at the All-Star race in 2000, if you remember. And she already made a race, so yeah. Oops, again, Sarah Jenny. No, that's Zoe. So, and if you're asking what will it mean for Makoto in the Stock GT series, she will be in the first two races, but after that she will be replaced. And I have no idea if I want to bring in Jeff Davis again, or bring another character. But just know that she will not do the full season. And the reason why I wanted to do a mid-season driver transfer is because I wanted to. Because I thought, why not? Hey! Oh shit! But yeah, I want to say that I'm making this video a little bit later than I usually would, and that's because I got in a bit of a discussion with. Okay, Marianne, please. I was in the middle of a discussion in terms of the NASCAR point system, because one of the biggest talking point is the change that NASCAR is going to do in terms of the playoffs. Because, you know, after with dropping viewership and, of course, NASCAR finally realizing that the winner-take-all final race might be a little bit overkill. People are discussing what system is NASCAR going to adopt. Or what system NASCAR should adopt, and pretty much the common opinion that I've seen is either go back to full season points or go back to the chase. And basically the discussion that I had was on why was the Latford system bad. The Latford system being the system that NASCAR used up until 2003. And the reasons that I found it is because the Latford system pretty much did effectively make wins useless. Okay, how can I say this without making it sound like I'm supporting the playoffs? Basically, what it does is that it punishes DNFs heavily, and it doesn't favor wins. Which, yes, it's fair, it's absolutely fair, but when you have scenes like Matt Kenseth winning one race and then basically coasting the entire way of the season, and the entire season, for example, I'm making a mess out of this, but basically the argument that I found out is that it's a bit too busy. Not that the playoffs are any easier, but basically the point system, the regular point system is 40 points for the winner. Then it's 35, 44, 43. There's like a 5-point gap between first and second, and then a 1 point gap between from second up until last, with the extra points for the stages. With the Latford system, it was 5 points between each other at I believe at the top 10, then it was 3, and then it became 2. And basically it aged really, really poorly. It worked fine in the 70s and 80s and 90s because reliability was a bigger issue than it was nowadays.
Clear.
And that system heavily punished DNFs. For example, look at 1986 where Jeff Gordon won like 10 races, but because he DNF'd so much, he finished second behind Terrell Bonnie, who pretty much had the same stats roughly. Or in 2002, where Tony Stewart won, he DNF'd at Daytona, but then managed to win the championship because everybody else ahead of him just faltered. Marlin crashed at Kansas and broke his neck, and that was basically it for the rest of the year and the rest of his career. Mark Martin blew up an engine. Jimmy Johnson blew an engine at Talladega, and so did everybody at Hendrick. And Tony Stewart was second to have the lead of the championship, pretty much running away with that. And as I stated, it also punished DNFs and made wins almost borderline useless. We've mentioned, of course, the biggest example being Kansas winning in 2003 with just one win, and then coasting the entire season as if, you know, and then coasting the entire season, even finishing last at Homestead at the final race, which is not exactly a good look for a current champion. And also, I'm pretty sure he also wrapped it up early. I could be wrong, but basically, the last couple of races, Kansas was acting like he wasn't defending the lead of the championship. He was running it like he had no hope. He was running like he had no hope. Then it was. Then an example would be 1994. It could have been the Dylan and Ernie show, but then Ernie had his crash that almost killed my Michigan, and Ernie ran away with that.
Keep high. Still there.
Basically,
Clear inside. Inside. Clear inside.
basically there are a lot of reasons why the LATFOR system wasn't that great even in the glory days. Like 1992, it was like half a miracle even happened in the first place, because you know, Kowicki, Elliott, and Allison kept trading DNFs, especially Allison and Elliott.
Clear outside. Clear outside.
But yeah, and honestly, that was actually kind of eye-opening, because in also 2001, it could have been the battle between Jeff Gordon and the Robert Yates boys, and then both Ryan and Jared just shut the bed, allowing Gordon to run away with that. So, yeah. Basically, to just say everything that just to recap everything. Basically, the LATFOR system was bad because it was kind of a mess. Not too dissimilar from the current playoffs. Wins were pretty much useless. I mean, okay. Kansas winning Kansas win the championship with just one win is good. It's normal. It's a perfectly normal thing. But there is a reason why the chase was made. A bad one, and now we know, and thanks to the benefit of hindsight, now we know that that decision went out being bad in the long run. But basically, the reason was if one guy can win a race and then just not care for the rest of the season, and just get a championship like this, how long will it be before we got a guy that wins no races and just waits for everybody else to falter and gets himself a championship like this? So there was a reason. I'm not saying it was a good reason, because now we know there was a bad reason, a very bad reason, but still a reason nonetheless.
Clear outside. Car outside. Clear outside.
And okay, of course I'm posting the standings of the SSS now. And by the way, tomorrow will be a National Fairgrounds, and we will finish this SSS this week.
Stay low.
In the meantime, I think 96 pistons was a bit too much, because now I'm gone anywhere. Actually, But for example, would be this thing, this season, 2001. Right now, I'm leading the championship, but I only have 2 wins to my name, and everybody else has 1. Bryn is the only one with multiple wins, and yet I'm leading the championship. And shit. Or in 1999, where I won like a gajillion wins, but Jessica brought it home with just 2 wins. So, I guess I actually ironically ended up experimenting how kind of flawed the point system, the Left 4 point system actually was. But yeah, and actually continue what I said. And the Left 4 system nowadays wouldn't work because in an era where cars are more reliable than ever, it would make for a very boring championship. Which again, it's normal. Formula 1 has been like what, 25 years doing just that. Of the guy that pretty much made it pretty clear was going to be the champion, but still doesn't make it any less more. There goes the knee spinning. And it's fine if a driver dominates, as I stated. I mean, Formula 1 has been doing that for like 25 years at this point, 24, almost 24 years, but doesn't make it any less boring. I mean, right now we're having a battle between teammates and Verstappen that could potentially turn into a battle for one of the best battles of all time if Verstappen doesn't fuck up. But still, that was pretty eye-opening. 1992 was basically, as I stated, the perfect storm, with pretty much nobody essentially nobody 92 was basically a situation where almost nobody wanted to be a champion, but a champion had to be crowned. And yeah, it happened to go wiki. I'm not saying that they should keep the playoffs. I guess, as I stated, I don't care if they're gonna keep the playoffs. They're gonna switch to the chase, which, by the way, apparently Dale Jr. sort of suggested that they're not going to go for the 3 and 4 system, so maybe they're going to go for the chase, or maybe another version of the playoffs entirely. If Steve O'Donnell is going to keep his word about not wanting a winner-take-all race again. But more to think of, yeah, the Left 4 system wasn't that good. And we could have had a lot more extended championship battles if NASCAR had a much more streamlined point system. But it's also true that something like 1992 would have never happened if it wasn't for that system. But then again, that's because it was the perfect storm. So many things have happened that it was a miracle that Mark Martin, who wasn't 6th, was still mathematically in it. Even though him, Cal Petty and Eric Gant needed, Kulwicki, Allison, and Elliott to be hit by meteors. In the meantime, yeah, making the race 96% here in Martinsville was kind of a mistake. So yeah, that's gonna be fun having to figure out a difficulty for Road America. I mean, Road America is probably going to be in the 80s, in the low 80s, so, yeah. And also, I need to record the TC USA race at Hattiesburg after this. And Hattiesburg is the track that I haven't raced ever since I did that Gen 4 Cup Series video way back when, I believe was, 2 years ago at this point? If not even more. So, yeah, let's see how am I going to deal with that track. I thought it was actually a fun track, but yeah, let's get that one now. And since I rambled about the point system, does that mean that I will change the point system for this series? The answer is no, absolutely not. I'm not going to change it. I'm going to keep it as real as I possibly can. As close to reality as I possibly can, or at least... so, no points changes until... if... so, I'm not going to change the point system if Gray Speed does not do them. I actually want to ramble about the 5 Minutes of Freddy's 2 trailer, and the movie is shaping up to be a fantastic movie. The animatronics look amazing. The animatronics look amazing, and we finally managed to get our first shots of Kid Ulrich as Henry Annally, and of course of Charlie Annally. Ooh, chemical engine failure on Lydia. Let's see if this is going to cause a major checkup, unless she was close to the pits. And yeah, but ow, bit my lips. No, there's Lydia. But yeah. The second movie looks to be even scarier, even better than the first movie. I mean, the first movie was pretty good, it was good enough, but yeah, the second movie looks to be even better. And actually, in all fairness, I believe just from the trailer alone, you can have some setups for the third movie. Assuming the third movie is going to be the finale. Which, I'm not going to talk about it here, I'm going to talk about it at the Road America race because I don't think I have enough time. But, yeah, oh, Chad Little also qualified for the race. Hello. And Tommy Kendall. Okay, we're in 19th, finally. But I believe Chad is a lap down.
Car outside. Keep low. You're on the bottom. 3 wide. Car outside.
And I believe is Sophia... with this, Sophia should be taking the lead of the race, I believe. Either Sophia or Bryn, depends on where Bryn is. Can we make it clear on Steel? Almost. There we go. To the go.
Keep low. Keep low.
I also suggest having a good race in the slightest.
Outside. Clear. Outside. You're on the bottom. 3 wide. You're on the bottom. 3 wide.
Okay, check a flag.
You're on the bottom. 3 wide. White flag.
Okay. Oh, never mind.
Outside. Still there.
We're seriously one lap actually that close. I mean, lap? Seriously?
You're up top. 3 wide. Car inside.
In the meantime, Jessica in the middle of a switchback.
Clear.
There's Geronimo check. And we finish on Martinsville, lane 17th.
All right, there's the checkered flag.
Okay.
Home and let's get the heck out of here.
Actually, I have no idea who actually won this goddamn thing.
Keep it to 35. Keep it under 3,000 in seconds.
Okay. Alright, let's see. And Bryn won, so third win for her. Sophia is second. So my two direct championship rivals finished first and second. Faye is third, Angelica is fourth, Cecily is fifth, Sean is sixth, Nathan is seventh, Reed is in eighth, Rachel is in ninth, and Erica finishes in 10th. Zane is in 15th, we finished 17th. Kazumi Takashi finished 22nd. Lillian 28th. Makoto finished 31st and lap down. Lydia DNF'd. And did Grant qualify? Yeah, he did. 25th is the last of the lead cars. So Maya got Maya got a lap down. Only 25 cars finished on the lead lap. So yeah, that was a pretty eventful race, all things considered. But yeah, I guess this effectively shows that Bryn and Sophia are threats at the short tracks. And next up is a road course, so let's see if Jessica can bounce back from a rough couple of races. But in the meantime, let's check out the standings. And so, Sophia is the new championship leader, only 3 points behind me. Third is Bryn, so right now we have a three-way battle for the championship. Cecily is in 4th, Faye is now up to 5th, JDS is now in 6th, Jen is 7th, Lydia loses 3 places thanks to the DNF and now drops down to 8th, Sean is in 9th, and Nathan is now up to 10th. And so Alistair Jr. of course is going to win NASCAR unless somebody else qualifies. There's only 2 cars that have yet to make a race, so chances are Alistair can still get away from NASCAR. For biggest winner looks to be it's Faye with 3 places. Tommy Kendall and Chad Little and Joe Nemechek also have all 3 places, all gain 3 positions, sort of the biggest winners of the standings. But that's because they actually made the race, like a lot of people. And biggest loser looks to be just Lydia. And yeah, only Lydia. Lydia is like the biggest loser because of the DNF. She lost 3 places and now she's down in 8th. But yeah, so next up is Road America. And let's see if we're going to see Jessica return up to form, or we're going to see somebody else. But yeah, right now the championship is a three-way battle between me, Sophia, and Bryn. So yeah, let's see what's going to happen then. But from Martinsville, this is going to be it. If you like this video, give it a like. If you see more content like this, subscribe and click the notification bell to get the next video drops. And I have nothing else to say other than see you next video, everybody. This Alpha, signing out.